So much was made, and rightfully so, by the way, of all the grace with which you handled that defeat. And sometimes I wonder, do your parents ever pull you aside and say, you know what, of everything you've accomplished as an athlete, we're just proud of the way you seem to handle these situations that present you with adversity?
Goosebumps. My mom actually called me. She called me maybe, I think, a week after the fight. And she pretty much just told me, and this is one of the biggest compliments I ever got from my mom, about how I handled it made her feel okay and made her feel proud to be my mother, to see the way I stood up to everything and just like, doesn't matter. If I'd won, I would be the same way. Just because I lost doesn't mean I'm going to hide in the hole. So I stood the same way and I stood tall, 10 toes deep. And getting that call from her and her telling me how she felt, like, for me as a son, was one of the biggest compliments I could have got from my mom. And even my friends and, you know, some of my people were like, I think everyone handled it worse than me. And seeing the way I handled it made them feel okay, like, oh, okay, he's good, he's good.
Your good friend Kamaru Usman seemed to feel somewhat liberated by losing the title, that maybe this weight was off of his back. Any similar emotions?
Hasn't changed. They still call me champ.
Right.
They still call me champ every time. So hasn't changed. The pressure's still on my back. Target's still on my back. I'm still Israel Adesanya, the last style bender. So that's not going to change anytime soon.
Some guys just have it, right? Some guys just have it. Israel Adesanya has that thing. He is a flat-out entertainer, and he always brings it. He's a great, great fighter.
I know exactly what to do with this guy. If you watch me when I fight him every single time, I have him. I have him every single time till I don't.
Right.
So I know exactly what to do with this guy.
You do seem largely unfazed, though, by the history of you sort of dominating until you're not. Whereas for a lot of guys, I think mentally, that would just be really hard to, that would be really hard to overcome. You seem largely unfazed by that reality.
That's life. Like I said, like, I've handled losses in life in different facets.
You know, dare to be great. You know, the critics and the ones on the sidelines, boy, I'm the one putting it on the line. But now, back to the drawing board and run that bitch like I always do.
I guess also with me, just the work I've done on myself as a man, emotional work. You know, I feel like, you know, I'm intelligent emotionally, so I know how to, like, use my emotions to my advantage.
So in terms of your mixed martial arts legacy, a lot of people believe right now you can already lay claim to being the greatest middleweight of all time. But how much do you care about your legacy, and how much do you want to build upon it before you go to the major motion pictures?
I care about my legacy. It's not everything, but it's important to me. The way I'm remembered in this game once it's done is important to me. The way I carry myself while I'm doing this is important to me. The way I fight, the way people feel when I fight is important to me.
He is, in my opinion, the most sophisticated striker we've ever seen in the sport. And he understands his legacy. What he wants to do is leave behind a lasting legacy.
That is important to me, but it's not everything. You know, once this is done, I'm gonna ride off into the sunset and do something else that's beautiful, whatever I want to do, because the world is my oyster. But right now, I'm 33, I feel fresh, I feel young, I feel like I'm still learning. That's the thing, I feel like I'm still learning, you know. I'm excited. You know, I love this shit, man.